Breaking news: Ecowas ready for military intervention in Niger Republic. Hi guys, welcome back to the news. If you're joining us for the first time, you're very much welcome. I sincerely appreciate your presence. Kindly subscribe and please don't forget to give us a thumbs up. Thank you. The Economic Community of the West African States, (ECOWAS), has agreed to activate a standby force as a last resort to restore democracy in Niger after generals detained Bazoum last month. The ECOWAS defense chiefs were meeting in the Ghana capital, Accra, to fine-tune details of potential military operations to restore Bazoum if the ongoing negotiations with the coup leaders fail. Let no one be in doubt that if everything else fails, the vigilant forces of the West African, both the military and the civilian component, are ready to answer to the call of duty, the ECOWAS Commissioner for Political Affairs and Security said in the meeting on Thursday. Meanwhile, we are still giving diplomacy a chance, and the ball is in the court of the junta. The two-day Accra meeting will conclude on Friday, when the defense chiefs are expected to announce any next steps at a closing ceremony. Well, we know that Bazoum, whose 2021 election was a landmark in Niger's troubled history, has been held with his family at the president's official residence since July 26, 2023, with growing international concern over his conditions in detention. The ECOWAS chair and the Nigerian president, Bola Tinubu, had threatened Niamey with grave consequences if the new regime allows Bazoum's health to worsen under house arrest, an EU official said on Friday. And during a call to the EU chief, Charles Michel, Tinubu noted that Bazoum's detention conditions are deteriorating. Any further deterioration to his well-being status will have grave consequences. Michael had renewed the ECOWAS, that's the European Union, full support and the backing of the ECOWAS decision, as well as firm condemnation of the unacceptable coup de force in Niger. The ECOWAS leaders say they have to act before Niger becomes the fourth West African nation since 2020 to suffer a coup, following Mali and Burkina Faso and Guinea. The Sahel region is struggling with growing jihadist insurgency linked to the Islamic State, and frustration over violence has in part promoted the military takeover. Now, the details of the Niger operation have not been released, and analysts say any intervention would be politically and militarily risky, especially for the regional player Nigeria. Nigeria is already struggling to contain violence from several armed groups at home, and leaders in the country's north have warned over spillover from the Niger across the border if there is an intervention. The ECOWAS troops have intervened in other emergencies since the 1990s, including civil wars in Liberia, in Sierra Leone, in the Ivory Coast, in Benin, and Nigeria, are expected to contribute troops to the Niger mission. But then the Niger's military coup leaders have warned against any military strike and threatened to charge Bazoum with treason. But they have also said they are open to talks. So that's where the military, that's the ECOWAS, are just putting their hopes on. But then the military-ruled governments in the neighboring Mali and Burkina Faso have said an intervention in Niger will be seen as a declaration of war against them. Russia and the United States have urged a diplomatic solution to the crisis. The Ecowas has already applied trade and financial sanctions on Niger, while France, Germany and United States have suspended aid programs. Germany Foreign Missions has also said it wants the EU to impose sanctions on the coup leaders, saying that foreign ministers had had talks with her French and other US counterparts. But then the UN rights chief Volker Turk slammed the generals who seized power on a whim, plunging Niger further into misery and sending thousands of migrants. But then the very notion of freedom in Niger is at stake. He said in a statement, "Rule by gun has no place in the world today." Well, I guess no one is in support of the coup in Niger. That's the overthrowing of the president Mohamed Bazoum in Niger. No one is in support of that. But then, the Northern Leaders Forum had urged Tinubu to remove the sanctions on the Niger Republic. They should further facilitate negotiations, as in discussions and dialogue with these military junta leaders, because then the ECOWAS have had series of meetings that they are ready to deploy standby military troops to restore constitutional order in the Niger Republic. And these troops, they are always ready. But then, my country people, so many people have urged for the removal of the sanctions that has been imposed by the ECOWAS on the Niger military juntas, that this would facilitate negotiations and urge for diplomacy to prevail. But now the ECOWAS are having talks of using force. So my country people, I'm dropping here. What are your thoughts on this? Kindly share your thoughts in the comment section. Thank you. Bye for now.